Okay, so we've been doing these for the YouTube videos, but not for the stream, and I think it's gonna be good for us to be able to talk to you guys on the ones, just because when we're out and about, people aren't even like able to whatever, like actually get any time. So you want to do like maybe a little introduction, explain like what your trading journey has looked like so far, where you're at with it, what your life looks like, and what you plan on doing if you can end up winning this thing.
Yeah, so I started trading in 2023 when you were doing the whole boot camp. Like I saw it come out, I was watching it every single day, and I kind of decided like I wanted to make money online. I didn't want to do the whole college route. But when I was in school, I just kept having my parents telling me like, you need to focus on school, like trading's not going to work out. Kind of hit a breaking point with school, dropped out, told them I'm going to do trading full time. And again, just kept letting people get in my ear, tell me to go back to school, just take a few classes and focus on your classes. And then pretty soon trading's on the back burner. And about a year and a half ago, I decided to take it more seriously, and that this was what I wanted from my life. I didn't want to hear things from other people. Took it more seriously, but I'm still in school. That's not really what I want to do. Like I saw this island competition. I was always scared to post, scared of what people would say about me. Like I'd get made fun of for making TikToks. But I saw this opportunity, and I had everyone I knew blocked on TikTok and everything. I unblocked everyone, posted it on Instagram. Like I didn't give a fuck anymore. Like I'm going all in on my goals, so I'm taking this seriously.
Cool. And what do you plan on doing with the money if you end up winning? And like, what's the next year look like for you? Because now that you said like, you know, I'm going all in, whatever, you started making content, I feel like that was kind of your leap of faith. Yeah. So now like, at least for me, like once I fully committed to it, I was like, all right, there's no going back. So what's the next year gonna look like for you, regardless of if you win, and if you win, like what's that gonna look like?
I mean, regardless, I'm gonna keep pushing out content. And one thing that I found that I'm passionate about in the trading space, because when I was learning, I was by myself and isolated myself from a lot of people. So I really just want to build community within the trading space. It's not you have to go join someone's Discord and actually have a platform that everyone can get on and like meet traders and connect with them, bounce ideas off of each other, and just like surround yourself with people you want to grow with. So that's what the next year is going to look like: trading, content, and building that community. I already have the MVP of the app launched for the trading network, so I've been working on that the past like 5-6 months.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you're already working. That's cool. Okay, and if you win that 25,000, you think you would just kind of reinvest that into all of that shit that you were just talking about, like try and put it into the app, put it into yourself?
Yeah, honestly, like on camera, I've said a few times, oh, I'm just gonna buy a car and a ton of evals, but I'm honestly I want to be smart with my money. I'm going to reinvest a lot of it back into the app just so it can grow. Like I'll set some money aside for evals, but I'm not blowing any of it on something stupid. Like I'd maybe take 1,000 to go spend, but everything's getting reinvested.
That's cool. Tim, you got any questions for him? Or you got any advice for him, because you were just in his situation, and now your life looks, bro, like did a complete 180 like after your experience on a stream like this. So
I mean, like, well, you already have a solidified plan going forward, bro. As long as you just show up every day and don't quit on that, you know, have faith in God that whatever timing the outcome comes, you know, it's gonna work out for you. You just gotta put your plans, your faith in His timing, you know, and then just whatever obstacle comes in your way, you know, because you are gonna face a lot of obstacles, especially in the journey that you're going through, because the outcome you want is like a very big outcome, you know, that shit's not supposed to come easy. So whatever obstacle you get faced with, nigga, like you're just gonna have to take it to the chin and just know, like, is this where I'm gonna fucking quit, or am I gonna like take this L and stack that until I'm ready through nothing but W's and just keep fucking going, you know, because you could only lose if you quit. That's really it.
That's facts. That's something else that I'll kind of add on to, is like, even me, everyone thinks my life is perfect and great, but bro, life will slap you in the face at every single level. Like it never gets easy. Nobody's life is ever easy. It's just you pick what sort of difficult life you want to live. You know, you pick which problems you want to deal with. You can deal with poor people problems, or you can deal with rich people problems. Everybody has problems, and life is gonna slap you in the face more times than you know it, bro. For me, happens at least once a quarter where some shit comes through or some dumb shit happens and I'm like, ain't no way I have to deal with this. It ruins a whole bunch of plans, or it's just a whole bunch of money to fix, and you know, it never stops. But the only way through that is by continuing working, because like a lot of people will ask me about certain stuff like, oh, this just happened to me, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, well, there's two options. You keep going or you quit. And, you know, quitting pretty much guarantees that there's going to be nothing better for you. But if you keep going, you at least have the possibility of some good shit happening. So, yeah, I mean, that's honestly, that's the best piece of advice that I could give you is, you know, you went all in on this, so there's no reason to back out. This is the start of something big for you. So, it's cool.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, bro. You want to go grab someone else and bring them in? Everybody put W Jeremy in the chat.
W
Jeremy.
They've been spamming that, bro. They fucking.
Alright, so we're pretty much just doing little interviews with everybody so everyone can kind of get their one-on-one time. And yeah, so we'll just kind of run through like a couple questions. So one, like, what does your life look like right now? What has the trading journey been for you? And you know, like, where do you see yourself in the future? You can start with like what,
like a Lord dump a little bit, or like everything, or what?
Just, yeah, I mean, you can do like full story or whatever.
So initially, like going into trading, like my sophomore year of high school, my cousin, like kind of, he did like the, I think, options or whatever the fuck. So that's where I learned like candlesticks. So I did that, fall out, fall in, etc. And then my junior year of high school, as y'all see by the scar and shit, this, like broken jaw, no tooth. I got into like a hella bad car accident. I got ran over by a semi truck on the freeway. So like we went like this, semi truck ran my shit clear over, broke some shit on my eye, broke my jaw. Whole head, like my back of my head's like I got like bald patches back here. Liquidated every single rib, like empty. I got full metal ribs. Whole hand broke my collarbone. They thought I tore my ACL. So I deadass was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. Big ass club on my hand. I got a picture. Like I got a fat ass cast in here. You can see like my indent to here. No left arm as well. Like this shit was bad, bro. Bad. Like ICU 2 weeks, hospital for like a month. After I got out, I recovered surprisingly quick, bro. But it was like a fuck situation. Like my parents were tripping. I know they're watching, so love you mom, love you dad, love you sister. That damn near like it clicked something in my head where it's like I need to like dead ass lock the fuck in. Like it's like you dead ass. I'm living here right now. I could walk outside. I dead ass could die. I can get shot. Like you dead ass, you could die. A car could come, plane could come flying through this bitch. Like you could die any time of the moment of your life. So that damn near clicked in my head, and like that shit really inspires me to make me successful. Like on some cool shit. Like that inspires me. Like I want to make the best of my life, especially if I know I could die tomorrow. I want to know I did this. Like I want to live with no regret. I don't live with regrets, so I just want to do everything I can. So my senior year of high school, started watching your shit, other people's shit, and I started trading. Like for like what took me like 8 months to pass my first eval. I took my shit slow, so I did as before I even bought my first eval. I bought like I went to a live account like HeroFX. I used your code and shit. I don't know, I own them still, but I use.
I still use them.
Yeah. So I did HeroFX trade lock. I put $100 into a live account just so I didn't have to buy eval. Trade on that for 3 months, so saved me some money. Then went to evals in 9 months, passed my first eval, and then I actually got a payout on my first ever eval, my first ever account passed. Did that and got another payout next month, and went dry for 2 months. Then I've been running like hot as fuck. I won 7-0 this month so far. I'm not trading for the rest of the month, so I'm chilling, bro. Looks like I got like 4 bands locked in for August. But yeah, that's been my whole journey, like why I'm inspired and shit. These tats, this is love, this stands for death. So dead ass, like love everything. You could die tomorrow. Grandma's birthday and shit. But that's damn near my whole lore, bro.
So what's this next year gonna look like for you? How are you gonna try and 10x the current shit that you got going on?
Bro, I'm always pushing like I'm always trying to do some dumb shit or just like some entertaining shit. But like in the next year, I dead ass like I want to get bigger. Like I want to get better, 1% better every single day. I'm dead ass really motivated, bro. Like I'm telling you, I feel like I'm the most motivated out of everyone. I know everyone here is like highly motivated, but I really hold myself to a high standard. If that makes sense. So next year, I'm moving out August 1st. I'm moving to San Diego. So I'm going to be fucked by taxes, but I'm moving out. So I think that's going to be some key. Like, I'm going to be living by myself, my 2 homies, like my 2 best friends. And we're dead ass going to be like fully dialed. They both trade too. So we're fully locked in. A year from now, bro, I feel like there's dead ass no limits. Like 3 months from now, I could be a whole different place. Like, bro, I want to buy my own car. My parents helped me like a good amount financially. So like now they sent me to a point where I'm free. I can pay for my own shit, and like I dead ass like want to be independent, and like I want to live like stability, stable by myself. So I dead ass want to be big as fuck, bro. Like I got big goals for myself. I don't set an expectation for myself. I did that so I just want to see what I can do by myself.
And what about if you win? If you win the 25,000, then like, how would you use that to either like try and reinvest in yourself or go spend that shit? However, like, what would be the plan with that?
Bro, so if I win the 25 bands, that's dead ass over 2 years of rent for me. So like that just relieves everything on my back, and that's just me living like knowing that I don't have to have pressure on my trading because I need to make this bread to do this, pay for food and shit. I mean, maybe even like put money down on a car or some shit. Like, bro, my shit. I blew all my speakers out of my car and shit. So like, bro, that shit would really help. But it would take a lot of relief off my back. I know it. Even if I don't, like, if I win this shit, I'm gonna win. But even if I don't get 25K, like, I know, like, I'm dialed. I trust myself, bro. And everything happens for a reason, dead ass. Everything, being here happens for a reason. If I go home tomorrow, tonight, everything happens for a reason.
Cool. Tim, you got any words of wisdom for him? Because that's what we were telling Jeremy. Like, Tim was pretty much in the exact same position as every single one of you guys. Bro, literally 6 months ago, and now this boy bossed up his life crazy.
Prime example.
He moved into his own apartment in Miami. Now is like, he's been pushing out daily vlogs. Like, he's really been hustling. So
the trading is on point. Like, it's just all God's timing, bro. Like, just God's timing. Right now, I know too. Like, you're like dialed in with content, social media and shit. Like, at least one thing for me, bro, like, you just gotta understand, like, hate is gonna come regardless about anything.
Bro, I've been dealing with it from the start, and it's like, one thing is just don't let that shit take you back.
You can't, bro, because the second you do, you just be like everybody else, you know? It's just like a God putting a test in front of you, see how bad you want that vision. It's like, all right, is this nigga gonna be like, put that shit to the side, keep fucking going, or you think he's gonna fucking hit? You know, see how bad you want that shit, bro. But
I try my best not to dwell on anything. Like, of course, like, people say some shit, it's like, okay, like, yeah, like, you can't, like, just fade it, everyone's emotional. But it's like, you like, bro, it's a really, I think it's a mental block that everyone goes through.
This is something that I can't remember who said it. It was some famous baseball player, but he said, people don't boo nobodies. You know, people only boo the people that are doing the best. You know, because people are jealous or they're just mad that they're doing so good. So you'll never see anyone booing some dude who is a no name that nobody knows because they don't even fucking know him. So if you're getting people saying that you suck or whatever, trying to speak down on your name, just means that you're doing really good. And the bigger you grow, the more haters you're going to get because you're reaching more and more people. So always try and tune that shit out because as time goes on, like, Mr. Beast is by far the largest content creator in the world, and I guarantee you he's got the most haters in the world, like, for sure. And he only does good, like, he's literally only doing beneficial shit for the community. It's probably donated way more money than anybody else that's hating on him, and yet there he still is, and people are making posts about him saying this, that, the third. So yeah, bro, keep your head up, and don't listen to any of those people.
Even my background, bro, let me see what my shit says. Notification. If you can, said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. Mark 9:23, bro. That shit, I hold my shit to a high standard.
That's true.
I'll be there, bro. If it takes me 3 years, 2 years, a month, a day, like, bro, I'm there.
Oh yeah. Everybody put W Dave in the chat. W Dave in the chat.
Rabbit Dave on top.
Yes,
I love you, boys.
Yeah. All right, go grab someone else, please.
right. Challenge.
So right here?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Saved everyone's ass.
Nah, literally.
I'm gonna give you elbow. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Saved everyone's
Literally
ass.
saved, we had 7 more workouts.
Literally.
That's fucking crazy.
All right, so we wanted to do this, get everyone like a little one-on-one interview, because with all like the challenges and shit, everyone's just like in a group and trying to fight for some time. So we want to give you the chance to be able to like tell your story, what you want to do in the future, like why you're even doing this in the first place. So if you want to start with like a little bit of a background of like what even got you into trading in the first place, where you're at with trading right now.
I feel like with my trading journey, it really came down to like if it didn't work, I would be fine. I came out of high school with, I was 18, I downloaded all these different gambling apps. I had DraftKings, Prize Picks, Sleeper, man. I was 30K in debt right out of high school. And it really came down to if I wanted it to work, I had to do something with trading. And I had it happen. I put my head down and I hopped on it every single day. I would go to my restaurant job serving dumplings at Din Tai Fung.
Hell yeah.
I would cry in the bathroom every day because I would blow like 2 accounts, come in, and then boom, I get $100 that day. I only made back 1 account to make it fucking work. And I don't even want to get too emotional about it, but like genuinely, there's so many nights I would walk into my mom's room and like genuinely have to look her in the eyes and tell her I fucking failed her because of how many accounts I do. And so it's not a fucking joke to me when I tell people I'm serious about trading. Like I genuinely, it was either trading or nothing. I'm really thankful this year. I've been doing really well, getting payouts. I paid off all my debt. I bought a brand new truck. I bought a 2025 Tacoma. I could have bought some bullshit. I could have bought a C8. I could have LARPed it. I needed a car that could last me. So I'm thinking about the future, and it's just, I want to give a big shout out to my number one supporter, my mother.
Fine. That's fine.
W moms.
W mom.
She got timed out of chat because she kept spamming W's. She told me that.
Yo, mods. L mods.
She got timed out for spamming too much. So again, you know, she doesn't, you know, I do it for her, and there's a reason I do it. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but she doesn't have too much time. So I need her to see me succeed in life because she got me out of Russia. I mean, we were deported, and she did that shit.
I have a quick question. When you got yourself, it was just gambling debt. How do you think that affected your trading when you first started? Because obviously now you're doing a whole lot better, but do you think that was like that gambling mindset made it super difficult? Like, how did you overcome that mentally?
Yeah. I tell this story a lot too. I mean, I start teaching now, and I tell everybody because I see the emotional aspects too for my students. You know, the reality of it is if you're in a rush because you're down a lot of money or you want to get rich quick, it's just not gonna happen. You have to let the process take its course. Take its time. I didn't see money until my first year in a couple months. In fact, it took me like almost half a year to pass my first ever eval. I still got that shit up on the wall. 2024 is when I passed my first ever eval from Top Step. And exactly a year later, in 2 days, I had that live certificate. I mean, it's not overnight, but it's exponential if you put in the work. And I do think my gambling debt very much affected my trading. I mean, I started trading back in high school under my options trading through Robinhood over my mom's account, and I would lose all my birthday money. I worked at Dutch Bros in high school. That shit was gone. I would be serving coffees, giddy as fuck. I got tipped $10 because I knew I could throw that into a 0 DTE out of the money options contract, and then I would blow it instantly. So this was really no joke. I mean, I started all the way back when Wise Guy was a thing. I don't know if you remember that, from 4 to 8.
Oh yeah.
That's OG stuff. And then after that, after I graduated, I transitioned into futures, and it's just been a wild ride. It truly is ups and downs, and I do think to reach those highs, you have to hit lows. I mean,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not even religious, but it's just if you get into the process, there's a quote, right? If you want to win a race, God's not going to make you win. He's just going to give you the shoes,
sure.
Right? So I'm taking that same mentality. You know, I feel like I had to take certain amounts of losses. I had to get humbled for me to actually realize what it means to trade.
Yeah, do you think that prior to you being in gambling debt, not saying shit was sweet at all, but you know, you were just kind of coasting through life, and then that was a bit of a wake-up call that you needed to be able to start actually taking things into your own hands and say
100%.
you know what, I want to make my life a whole lot better.
100%. I'm not gonna say I didn't grow up privileged. I definitely did. I was in a house. I had a roof over my head. I had warm food on my table, and because my mom worked so hard for us, I mean, a single parent household providing. I won't say I wasn't privileged. I had all the tools at my disposal to not go into gambling debt, and I still did it. I still went into gambling debt, and even if you know trading didn't work out, I'm humbled because I understand even if trading didn't work out, I would still have a roof over my head. But I needed to achieve my goals. I needed to realize it's this or I'm a bum. I'm dead ass a bum. So I had to make it work. There was no option to not make it work.
And what's the next year gonna look like for you, so you can speak that shit into existence on stream, so you can actually make that shit happen? What is the next year going to look like for you and everything that you plan on doing?
The next year is simple. I'm here to win. I want to make a good impression. You know, I want to show you guys what I'm about. And I've been posting trading for the last 8 months. Thank you for the 15K followers. Truly, if it wasn't for you guys watching right now on stream, supporting us, doing what we do, I wouldn't have this amazing opportunity. So in the next year, I want to move out. I want to be in a new environment. I want to meet new people. I'm thinking Tampa is the current location I want to go. and I really just want to continue posting content. I posted one video at least minimum a day. I've gone up to 7 these last couple days. And when I get back from the island, I'm going to be grinding YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. There's no stop. I'm in too deep, and I'm going to continue.
Oh yeah. Well, cool, bro. I'm excited to see it happen. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. I'm gonna give y'all these. I'm bleeding on my hands. I'm bleeding.
All right, bros. Can you grab the next person for us?
Yeah.
W Nico in the
W
chat.
Nico, yeah, W Nico, bro.
W Moms, yeah, for real. Nah. Actually, that's funny because I remember the first video that I seen of him. I was like, yo, like bring it, like your mom's invited to the island, and then he made more videos, and then I was like, all right, bro, let's go.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Jay. So we wanted to do this, sit down with all the contestants so that they could get some one-on-one time with the stream, so you guys could be able to, you know, tell your story, what you guys are in this for. So start off, give us a little background, like what got you into trading, why you're even doing like trading in the first place.
I mean, for me personally, it kind of came from a lot of things. Like it all kind of started with things kind of started going a bit more downhill. I was in school and my home situation was pretty fucked. It was constant arguments, maybe police and stuff coming around. It was just a whole dysfunction. I couldn't focus at all, like exams coming up. So I had to leave. Luckily, I had 2 close friends, my brothers, I call them. They let me move in with them, and through there I kind of did my exams and stuff, so I could actually lock in and not, you know, have no GCSEs, A levels at all. But after that, I kind of had to move back home, and shit was just even worse. It got to a point where within a week I was out again, sleeping on grandma's couch, my friend's floors. My uncle ended up taking me in, and I lived with him for quite a few months. But shit was just fucked. I was out of school at this point, working a job. I'm on benefits, like, you know, from the government. I was training, doing basketball, still trying to do that, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I ended up taking a gap. I didn't even get into where I was doing for school. And my dad, I messaged my dad because, you know, he's not here. I'm gonna talk my shit. When I was born, he was in the music industry. He did really well. He was like made millions. Like
Central C?
No.
I'm kidding.
But he did his thing. So he was well off. Like he had multiple cars, apartment with spare rooms, and it was not like I was in contact with him. And I asked him, hey dad, can I move in with you? Like I've even got this like shit on my phone from like 2024, and I asked him for help, and the guy just aired me. He didn't talk to me for years, and like I wrote this whole thing with him there. You can show the camera if you want, it's up to you, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and it got to the point where people who I was living with couldn't house me anymore, and it wasn't exactly like their fault. It was more things happening in their life, and no problem, I still love them to talk to them, but I couldn't be there anymore. So I kind of had to go back home, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I decided I applied for uni next year. Not even because I wanted to go. It was more like a home away from home, like a place to call mine. But that just came with a whole new set of problems. Like I was also studying in my gap year as well. But of course,
Damn, bro, I'm sorry about that.
it's alright. Cool. And then I also got that was like after as well, like a year later. After that, I was basically studying at home, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even get to where I wanted to go. And some of my boys, because I've got a group of like 20 friends, like, you know, all brotherhoods, but I'm probably close to like maybe like 5 more on a deeper level. And I didn't even know they were doing trading as well. I'm gonna shout them out. Shout out to a guy called Farhad, and shout out to a guy called AJ. They were the people who taught me everything. Like I hit them up, and I kind of told them more my situation, and and they like taught me for free, taught me everything from start, and told me to start with your boot camp. I saw your day one, and I climbed up to that shit, and it made me realize that I can change my life. I don't have to be where I am. I don't have to like listen to people talking shit about me, making things up. I don't have to do that. I can actually change my life. Seeing you, how you went from your story to now where you're now, seeing you come stream, like I saw your videos even before like the whole TJR stuff, and I'm so proud of you, seeing you go from living at your mum's and like living life through now, and it made me think, why the fuck can't I do that shit? And I was basically studying the boot camp, like this was just like a month before I went to uni, doing a day each day, locking in. I remember seeing like the liquidity videos, and that shit took me like 2 weeks to understand. I can't like it took me ages. And I went down and told my mum about it, showing like you doing like your sus shit, and like how like that's how I learned. Like I saw you and me, like how you are funny, serious, like you made it funny, it wasn't boring. And I came down and told my mum, like explained liquidity to us, like I want to change her life, and she just started crying her eyes out. Like, she believed in me from the start before I even knew what a fair value cap was. I didn't even know what fucking demo trading accounts were. She just believed in me. And from there, it was like, I started doing that shit day in, day out. And like, my boys are telling me that they wish they started social media, like to keep it alongside them. So, I started doing the social media. Day one I posted it, 2 hours of posting my first TikTok, you fucking posted it. It blew up, and that made me think like, I'm meant for this shit, like, it's not happening for no reason, like, I can do this. And I just go day in, day out. I managed to finally get a job after months. Like, just working 9 shifts. I start like 4 p.m. and finish like 3 a.m. at night. Just put all my money in, just try and build something for myself. Like, even before this, I can't lie, I probably shouldn't say it, but I spent all my fucking money. I bought a new camera, Meta glasses. Like if I don't win this, I won't have any money, but it's cool, because I know I can build that shit back up. Like, in my mind, I'm investing in myself because I believe that no matter what, even if I don't win this, I'm gonna get to where the fuck I wanna go. And I think meeting you two guys here, I think that's like the first step to me, like proving to the fuck world that I can do this. Like, I've not even got a payout yet. I'm not fucking meeting you guys.
Yet.
But it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay out yet, but like in my mind, it's like I truly believe that I can do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to win this shit, trying to move out, so I can lock in and actually be able to record out something. Being like, even so many people here, being on live with them, and every few seconds got a mute, or just randomly in the stream, and I can't record at home. It's like I'm trying to move out, I'm trying to lock in this shit. I'm trying to prove who I am. Like, the people who doubted me, people who make fucking fun of me, and they're all viewing my page and they're like, oh, would you remember me? Like, nah, I fucking don't remember you. And it's like, so I'm kind of waffling a bit. Like, in my mind, the social media shit wasn't even like, oh, like, I'm doing this because I'm trying to blow up. Of course, I loved it. I always liked recording as a kid, but in my mind, my boys are telling me, start this shit to keep yourself accountable. And like, it's, in my mind, it's so crazy how I've started from like being broke, no job, not know what I'm doing. Like, even today here, like, I'm not trying to be not making excuses, don't feel bad for me. Like, I can't push up shit for fucking shit. Like, I was like always the last in the corner. It's like, in my mind, I didn't know how to compete when it came to physical. Like, I'm going to have surgery soon. I've got shit going on, but it's like, in my mind, I don't give a fuck. This shit pulls, this shit snaps. Like, I'm here because I want to give it my fucking all. And I feel like, with how everyone is, like, don't get me wrong, everyone wants clips. This is a massive opportunity for people to blow up and kind of show them who they are. But I feel like, at the same time, people don't see when the cameras are down. They don't see like the conversations. Like, I was talking to Ava the other day, asking for help with like psychology, and like we all went into like a 3-4 hour chat about our lives, like some deep personal shit. And I'm kind of being a bit vulnerable now, because I don't feel like the camera's gonna really get to see that side of me as much when it's like all the hype shit. And I just want to say to you guys at the audience, like, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for blowing my videos up. Thank you for letting me get here. And I shout out to you guys. It's like, in my mind, I just want you guys to know the real me. Of course, I want to win the 25k, but if I don't, I'ma still achieve my fucking goals. I believe everyone here, regardless of the win or don't, that I think they've got shit in them, that no matter what, if they keep going, they're gonna transcend and become someone so unrecognizable. And I just believe that I can fucking do this. And even if I don't, I feel like one day I'm gonna still hang out with you guys. Yeah. Not even on some clip, like, oh, let's get something. I felt like I could genuinely connect and talk to you guys on a real level. Like, of course I want to get clips myself, but I'm glad right now this moment I can talk to you guys like this, because I truly wanted just to like talk to you like humans, not just you're getting my TikTok, getting my TikTok. I wanted to just know, like, I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and no matter what happens from it, like, God bless you, bro. You've honestly, just like your videos that you put out there, that you decided to pick up the camera, you've honestly changed my life, and I believe that's going to change my family and my friend's life as well.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
I kind of waffled a little bit, but
Nah, bro, I appreciate all the kind words. I saw the shit that you said to your dad too. It's like, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. Yeah, bro, you got me emotional with your story, bro.
Thanks.
Yeah, bro, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So, yo, everyone drop a WJ in the chat. I can't even talk right now because I'm emotional for him. But hey, bro, I'm proud of you. You're gonna make that shit. You're gonna make that shit happen.
Thank you, bro.
Can you go grab
someone else?
Yes, please, bro.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
What up? What's up, bro?
You know, like you hear shit like that, like what happened with. You hear the shit that happened with Dave, and it's like, damn, bro, this dude like literally almost got killed. Then you hear his story, and it's like, bro, this dude's been homeless for 8 months and like has a dad who's like super successful and like is literally leaving him on red, and he's like pouring his heart out to him. His dad's not doing nothing for him.
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, you told us that yesterday.
it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's insane.
But anyways, we pretty much been bringing everybody in here so that, you know, we could get like, you know, a little backstory so everybody can get some one-on-one time with the camera, tell the stream their story, what their life looked like. Obviously, you've been trading for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of like explain what your life looked like before trading, like what your story is, how you even got to, for you it's a little bit different, but like how you got to where you're at now, and like, you know, what the future is going to look like for you.
Yeah. So before I get into what I want to say about myself, when I seen them doing their interviews, like going into it, some people in chat were like talking shit about Jay, bro. Like his story's insane. If y'all like really understood, like we talked about it yesterday for like 2-3 hours, bro. Like the things that he's gone through is insane. So I saw a lot of you guys supporting in chat, but for anybody who was not, and like, bro, you got to check your heart. Like that's not okay, bro. Because the stuff that he's gone through, for real, like I would not know what to do. Like you guys have to really think about what he's gone through. Everybody here's got a story. We all talked about it yesterday. Everybody here's got a story. We all have crazy lore, and like that's life. But really, like try to show some compassion, like show some grace to those people, bro. Because again, like you have your problems, they have their own. So like literally just like try to show support, even if it hurts you, bro. Just do it. But yeah, so about myself, like first starting off, I guess we can honestly go all the way back. So like growing up, and this is one of the reasons why I'm related to you the most, is because growing up I was like super fat, like retardedly chud. Like it was bad, bro. And I would get bullied through literally from like being in 5th grade to like, I don't know, maybe junior year. I was like so self-conscious about it. From 5th grade to like halfway through high school, I was wearing hoodies only, bro, deadass. And yeah, I was really bullied for it. And I remember just like being around the crowd that I was in. Like I was friends with like the popular group in school and stuff like that. So obviously I'd be around a lot of people, and like I was like the punching bag for jokes and shit. And like that's all fun and games, and it is what it is. Like I can't really blame him. I was super fat, but like really going down into it, it kind of made me think of myself as kind of different than like the people that were around me. And so like there was like these flashbacks of just moments where I'd be chilling with my friends, and I would have like these crazy, like I guess you can kind of describe it as like derealization, but it was like this crazy perspective switch like out of nowhere that would just click. And it's like, imagine you're in like a camera going from like 2x, and then you click the 0.5 button and like everything just zooms out, like shifts. It felt like I was in like a third person perspective, and I was thinking to myself, like, I know what I want. Like when I was a kid, like I knew I did not want to go to college, but I wanted to get married, I want to have kids young. That's what I want to do, right? And so like when I found myself in that like crazy realization moment, like I knew, bro, what am I doing here? Like these dudes are all here getting geeked, like trying to get with girls and stuff. It's not where I'm meant to be. If that's what I want to do, like I know what I want to do. This is not it. And I can't even really take credit for myself. Like I've always believed in God and had like a pretty strong faith, but I can only thank him for like allowing me to be set apart and like part of a different group of people. Because even though I was like kind of in the mix with those type of people, I would always separate myself from them also at the same time. So like when I was like 15 years old, I started taking trading like really seriously. Trading futures, somewhere along the lines of like 15 to 16. Started in your Discord, $100 a month. In those lives like pretty much every single day. And I started like getting really deep into trading, and basically what ended up happening was it like consumed my mind so much to where at this point I was like, I want to say I was 16 or 17 working a job that I hated. And what ended up happening was like I would pretty much just like blow all my money, lose all my money. And I know chat, like you guys can relate to this, bro, because when I share this story with you guys, I know it's because you relate. And so I want you to know you're not alone. Like I know some of you guys are working jobs, as was I. You're blowing your money on evals. You're trying to afford mentorships like I was. And it sucks, bro, because you're trying to chase this thing so bad, but you don't know when you're going to see that breakthrough. So you're kind of just going in like aimlessly hoping that something works out. And that's pretty much what I was doing. And so through cycles of that happening, I would lose my mind, and it would really consume me. And it would shortly after really going all in, it consumed my mind. It was the only thing I could think about. Like I couldn't tell you what I thought about or did every single day besides trading. It just was everything to me. And I noticed that was a problem because I was super strong in my faith before, and like now I really want to get into trading and I want to see the success, but I totally put God like on the back burner. And so I told this story a few times, but I gave up trading completely. And this is like right before I was actually starting to see success. Like I was literally right there, and I knew I was right there. But I gave up trading completely for like, I want to say like 3 or 4 months. And it was literally just because like I would have these like crazy convictions. Like there'd be times that I would be able to stay up back testing for like, I don't know. Like if I had to go to bed for school the next morning, I would normally go to bed like 10:30. Like, all right, bet. Like I'll just stay up another half hour back test, whatever, till like 11, then go to bed. But then when it came to it, like I wouldn't even want to sit up and like I would say like, oh, I'm too tired to read my Bible, or I'm too tired to go ahead and pray. Like I'm just gonna go to bed. I was noticing like, bro, where are my priorities? And so like that was something that I had to really get real with myself about and be like, bro, I told God, if I can't do this with you, I'm not going to do it at all. So I completely gave up trading for a few months. And then after that, the person that introduced me to trading was one of my mom's friends. She's also a believer. And she basically told me, she's like, I know you've been taking a break, but I think it's a really good time for you to get back in. I just have that feeling. After I got back in, a couple months go by, and I ended up seeing like really like the switch was like instantly. Like now I wasn't struggling to pass evals. Like now I was actually getting like ridiculously close to like that breakthrough moment that I was always looking for. And a little bit after that too, it was also a sign when I got kicked out of school for trading. That was like my first viral video ever, like millions of views on those. 2 days in a row, one of my teachers kicked me out of class. I had to go talk to my principal for literally 2 hours after class because I got kicked out for trading. The very next day after that, one of my teachers, I'm trading on my laptop, she tries to take my laptop literally from my hand. Like my laptop's on the desk, she literally takes like this, tries to take it from me. Crazy shit, but anyway, yeah. So like that happened 2 days in a row, and that was a sign also. I'm like, okay, bet. Like it's not even just me going in on this. Like I think this is confirmation that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this is go time. And so, yeah, I sat in my car like after I got out of school that day. Like all right, bet. Like this is it. And so yeah, I ended up seeing a lot of trading success from there. Like literally that same week, I ended up having one of my first like big payouts. That month, I made $8,000. The next month, I made $12,000, $10,000 or $12,000. From there, it was like 12, 15. I had a pretty big leap from that, like $30,000, and obviously like it went down a little bit around like 20, 15. But like consistently from there, I was making money from trading, and like now I'm at where I'm at now. And I know some of you guys already know like the kind of position that I'm in, but yeah, I just want all of you guys to know, like, with my story, that none of that has to be a sob story. I want you guys to like take the things that people said against you, or like try to use those things against them. Like when you show them that you can really do it. Like my teachers would always tell me, like, bro, I would be in school, they would try to take away my laptop. They would say that being a student should be my #1 priority, and that this should come second, so I have to put on my laptop. Like imagine what would happen if I listened to them. Like where would I be? I would literally just be like, bro, I would be working a job that I hate still. I wouldn't have anything to my name. I wouldn't be anything. So I just want you guys to know, like, anybody who's putting those like limiting beliefs on you, anybody who's putting those like anybody who's putting those ideas in your head, feeding those bad ideas to you of just like trying to tell you what you can and can't do, just take that and use it against them for what you know you can do, and really just pursue any vision that you have for yourself in your head. Bro, you follow that like until the end. It doesn't matter what it is. No matter who's doubting you, bro, you can keep going and you can do it, bro. Like I believe that. You believe that. I know you believe that, bro. Like everybody's a testament to that. So
yeah, I think all three of us can say that for sure. Like I did it probably first out of all three of us, and then you made that shit happen. Funny enough, I actually, when you mentioned the trading videos in class, I didn't even realize, but I saw those videos back when you were making those.
I want to say too, nigga, like genuinely, like the GOAT, bro. Like I seen the trading videos, like the GT3. Your congratulations on getting into by the way. The vet, like all that shit, bro. Like you're an inspiration to people, bro. An inspiration to myself too, bro. That shit was actually crazy.
Yeah, you guys are seeing like not 3 generations, but 3 different tiers of like pretty much the entire like progress. You know, like you guys see a lot of these guys. They have, some of them haven't even gotten their first payout, and then we see Tim. Tim got his first payout 6 months ago, and now he's bro, like literally living crazy. He's literally about to what? So yeah, now he's made $10,000 within this month just from trading alone. $11,000 this month from trading alone, and he was just able to get his first payout like, bro, 5 months ago. It's crazy how fast life can change once you start actually focusing and once trading actually clicks for you. And then, you know, I know eventually Tim's going to be in a new whip, in a new crib, being able to bless his family just like Avel has done. And then, you know, I know he's going to be well on his way to be able to do some of the shit that I've done for my family, my friends, and for my people and for myself. So if anything, you guys should see this as motivation. Like, you guys are seeing literally like the entire progress of what it looks like to actually find success as a trader. We have traders from every different skill set in here. Obviously, you know, the stream is like fun and games and stuff, but you know, I think these interviews have been good for you guys to be able to see like what these people's stories are like, because when you really like whittle it down to the bare bones and the fundamentals, bro, like we're all human, we all deal with difficult shit, everybody's life is hard, but you know, the ones that are motivated and the ones that choose a better life for themselves are the ones that are going to get it, and the ones that actually like don't listen to what everybody else is going to say and, you know, prioritize themselves over what other people think. So thanks for sharing your story, bro. I appreciate it.
I got you. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. I'll see y'all later, chat. I love you guys. I've been seeing the support too. I really do appreciate you guys, chat.
Yeah, W on the chat, guys.
Can you grab someone else to come in that hasn't done it? Man, some cool stories that we've been able to hear so far, man. It's cool. Yeah, right.
Are you walking like that, bro?
Bro, I'm fucking sore after that shit.
Sore is crazy.
I ain't done work like that in forever.
Alright, cool. So
we say you because you're bigger frame and shit. Yeah, it's like
you're getting mogged.
Yeah,
you're getting mogged out the frame.
You even sat next to me, still would have.
Okay, so we wanted to do these little like one-on-one interviews so everyone could tell their story and kind of like explain just like what their life looks like, what their backstory is, what their plans are for the future. You are an interesting case because you don't necessarily trade, but you do already have a pretty insane life story. So honestly, I think you should get into that, like kind of explain your backstory, like what life was like, I think pre you getting into music, what caused you to get into music, what that was like, and then maybe what the transition from doing music into what you're doing now is. So just give us like a little bit of a walkthrough of what that was.
So pretty much, you know, growing up, like I was surfing, skating, riding dirt bikes. You know, that was my childhood, and that's what would keep me out of trouble. And then once I got into high school, that's when I started partying, this, that, and the other. You know how high school is. Ended up in a friend group that wasn't the best for me. You know, everybody doing drugs. I get into drugs. Then I'm like, all right, popping pills now. All the rappers popping pills now. They can make music off the pills. I'm gonna do it. I did it. You know, it worked out pretty good.
You did do it.
I definitely fucking did it. And it did work out pretty good. Like, it changed my life for a little bit, but it did not change my life for the better. You know, once I signed to the label, they gave a kid who comes from, like, I'm never gonna downplay my mom, you feel me? She worked her ass off to make sure there was food on the table and the bills were paid, that's it. They gave a kid who didn't really know what I wanted to do with money in life, a lot of money at one time, that did nothing but fuel me to more drugs, more partying, and pretty much turn me into a shit person. I would never change my past, but where that put me at that point in time, honestly formed me into who I am today. Because if I didn't go through that at such a young age, I'd probably be like that right now.
For sure.
You know, and that did nothing but leave me in a jail. Not once, not twice, not 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And at that point, I had the label money. So I'm paying the lawyers. I'm good. I'm in and out. Probation. Violate probation. It's okay because my lawyer's so good. He's paid. He makes sure I don't even have to do no time and just get reinstated. Then I'm on house arrest, violate house arrest. It's all right, lawyer paid, get right back out, back on house arrest. And then it came to the point where everybody seen the whip it bullshit. I do want to say I was never addicted to that bullshit. That was just a spontaneous moment that the cops pulled up when I had this shit in my hand. But that was the only time I actually had to sit for 2 months. And when I sat, I asked God, please give me the opportunity that I had back when I was making music, with the mindset that I have now. You know, I started really connecting to a higher power, and that's when, just day by day, I felt better as a person, better as a man, started to like who I looked like. When I was looking in the mirror, I started to like myself. And then getting out of jail, I had to live in a sober living for 6 months. You know, and that is what solidified me as like, okay, I know what I want to do in life. I don't want to live my old life. That's why I'm so grateful for my past, because if I didn't go through that shit today, I'm telling you right now, the opportunities that I have on the table would never ever in life play out. And then finish up the sober living and just continued on with it. And always doing social media in the past, like I can say that I was putting on a little bit of a facade, You know, like I was around the drugs, the guns, this, that, and the other, like some crash out white boy, but I knew deep down that wasn't truly me. Now I can just be myself on the internet, post whatever the fuck I want to, and that's always what I wanted to do, and I never had enough balls to do it. That's why I love social media, like in this time of day, because I could pretty much just be myself. And you know, I'm always open about my past on the internet 100%, because I want people to understand that if you're in a dark place right now, you're not always there. Because at one point I felt I was stuck for good. Like life was over and I didn't even care. But like now that I look back at it, it's to the point where like everywhere I go, people come up to me, they're like, yo, like you helped me do this, like you changed me. That's, you can say whatever you want to me, I don't care. One person says that to me, I feel like I did something good. And taking this shit farther and farther, I just like, there's more to life than just feeling like you're nothing, you know? There's always light at the end of the tunnel. If you're in a dark spot, you ain't stuck there. It's just God's timing.
Thanks, there's always a way out.
hand on that was real shit.
Oh God.
That was real
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's like your story is actually like super motivating, and I think it's cool for the viewers to see, because a lot of these guys' stories, it's like you made it out and then went back down and then made it out again. Like if you not only did it once, but you did it twice, and it's cool to be able to see, you know, some of these guys who haven't even been able to do it once, and maybe for some of the people that are watching the stream, it's inspiring to them, because you know you not only did it once, you did it twice, and you did it when you were younger with one path, and then you were able to go spin off and do a whole separate other thing and find success. So that just goes to show, I mean, bro, you have to give credit to this dude's work ethic. It's clear that he's a hard worker. It's clear that he's motivated. Whatever he sets his mind to, he wants to go out and get, and he's going to get that shit no matter what. So if that isn't a testament to, you know, just like working hard and being consistent and showing up every day, I don't know what is, because he proved that shit in one avenue, in one area, and then, you know, shit hit the fan, shit got ugly for a little bit, but then he was able to get back up, get back on his feet, and say, you know what other option do I have? You can either quit and live a sorry-ass life for the rest of your life, or you can actually go out and try and do something. And he chose the latter, and then boom, guess what happened? He actually made it again. And, you know, like I was telling some of these other guys, like, you know, just like me, you know, life is going to come and slap you in the face, but you're faced with two decisions at the end of that. You can either give up after getting slapped in the face, or you can get back up and just keep going, because that's what's going to give you, you know, a higher probability of at least having something positive come out of it. So your story is really cool, bro, and I'm glad that you came out here and, you know, gave us like a cool, fresh perspective on like kind of just a different life that a lot of these guys probably don't know anything about, and a lot of traders don't know anything about, and it's cool. It's motivating to see, bro.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Appreciate you boys, man. Yes, sir.
W Brick. So definitely my favorite so far. Yeah, bro. Brick's a really cool.
Yeah.
Brick's a really cool story, bro. You really can't see some shit like that and not be motivated for real.
What up, boys?
All right, cool. So we pretty much just bringing people in one by one, getting a little interview, kind of talking about like what your backstory is, what life looked like before trading, what got you into trading, what your motivation is, why you're even trying to make trading work. Yeah.
All right, so I got into trading it was like 2025. Earlier, it was like after last summer. Actually, let me say this, okay. Last summer, no, I'll say this. My whole life, I've wanted to go down like the entrepreneurial route. I've wanted to, you know, like be someone who's big within the world or the universe or whatever, but I've always wanted to be somebody. And, you know, I've had this like feeling deep down like my whole life or whatever. And so last summer, I had came across a group of friends. I still like niggas and stuff or whatever, but bro, we would just wake up after school ended or whatever. We had summer. We just wake up and just get up, bro. Just drink every day, party, smoke. You know what I'm saying? Do all the above, the shit that you're not supposed to be doing at a young age. And the environment just had a lack of drive, and they weren't really growthful environments. And deep down I knew this, but I thought because I was a kid in high school and, you know, I need lore and memories and shit to look back on, I kind of just let myself fall into a repeated cycle. But around like August or whatever, we have in Iowa, we have like this big fair or whatever. And so, my fault. fair came around. I think it was day 1 or day 2 of fair. After fair, I had went to an after party, and this one day gave me some shrooms, bro. I like to talk about shrooms, changed my life, this and that, and now I finally get to talk about this. So I'm pretty excited. But I was talking to Ava about this yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, the mindset that you gain. I feel like every man that, you know, starts chasing success has this moment where you zoom out of your life and you look at the bigger picture, and you really ask yourself, like, what the fuck am I doing with my life, bro? So basically, I took these shrooms, and like I said, bro, like my whole life, I've known I'm meant for something. I know I'm meant to be somebody. I just had never found my thing. Like, I've had past TikTok accounts, like all type of shit. I tried every side hustle. Used to sell snacks in middle school and shit. Drop shipping, everything, all that door-to-door shit. But when I took the shrooms, I had just asked myself, bro, and this was after my grandma Cynthia had passed away, RIP, my grandma Cynthia, but I just had asked myself, bro, like what the fuck are you doing, bro? You know, you tell yourself on a day-to-day basis, you know, you're meant for something, this and that, but like words don't mean shit at the end of the day. And like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand that, but I kind of just, you know, I got the 0.5 perspective, and I was like, bro, I need to start working towards something. So a month later, I had seen my friend had posted something about day trading or whatever, and I was like, damn, bro, what are you doing? My whole life, or like, not my whole life, but since my freshman year, I wanted to be a realtor. That was kind of what I was going for, but the market for, you know, realtors was just too saturated. So I was like, let me just try and build up this skill or whatever, because now I have this mindset that, like, at a young age, you should try out multiple things. You should try to get good at multiple things so that you can be set for success in the long run. So I started watching, he put me on with Javier's like first like candlestick video, teaching me candlesticks and shit. And he was like, after you finish that, watch TJR bootcamp. And luckily, I was paper trading for like a week or two before I watched your bootcamp. So I knew how to use TradingView and shit. And so I click on this first video, and I see this black guy right here talking about, you know, he'd said a little bit about his story, like when you were younger and shit, and with your siblings and shit, and you kind of just, sorry, bro. You kind of just explained like the same story I had growing up. I grew up like the middle school years and shit. I was pretty overweight, and I'd get made fun of every day, and I would just wake up every morning, bro, just hated myself, bro, and I just wake up and just suicide on my mind, bro. I was just a kid. I was just a kid, bro. And life was so hard. I seen this, you know, to compare stories and to see how accomplished that Tyler, as I asked myself, like, why not me, bro? And so I made it my vow that I would finish the boot camp, but I would take trading serious and shit. And I started to build like a parasocial bond with you through the boot camp and shit. And I've been waiting to show you this shit for like the longest, bro, but I used to literally keep a fucking journal in our DMs. Let me find the account. And I talk a little bit about the first episode or whatever, and what I said that we relate on, but I'll just give you that. But yeah, bro, you know, I would wake up before school. I didn't have to go to school till 12 because of my senior year, so I'd wake up. I watched the TJR bootcamp in 8 days, so I'd wake up, watch at least 1 to 2, maybe 3 videos, watch them in the shower or whatever, and like I said, I started to grow that parasocial bond. I started to watch like all the vlogs and shit, and really like see the lifestyle that I've always wanted to achieve since I was just a jit, bro. And I just got to fuel that under me. And then I look at like the way of content, the way you post every day and shit like that, and then I gain the insights on that, the meaning behind posting every day. When you post 20 videos a day, you're gaining experience within those videos that you post instead of if you're just posting 1 video a day, shit like that. I start to pick up on like the manifestation shit, like you talked about, like the luck shit. That's why I got this tattoo. That's why I said in my interview, like I was really excited to meet you because I look up to you a lot and shit. But around the time I started posting and shit, the same guys that I said I was drinking with and stuff last summer, just fucking around with, I remember I had started posting stuff. I had a trading private story. Oh, and you also said in the first bootcamp video, you're talking about, you know you can't trade. Like I used to post a LARP shit, bro, the most LARP shit. I'm not making no fucking bread. LARPing the paper trader to the host and shit, bro. But yeah, what was I saying before that? I was talking about, yeah, so content, and I used to be up every day. So they start screenshotting like my TikTok account and shit, and my private story shit, and start, you know, reposting it on each other's stories and calling me like a fake, a scammer, like just trying to clown me and shit. And like someone who just mentioned that like I've been through a shit ton as just a jit, like I never look back at my life and be like, damn, I wish I had it easier. I wish I had it this way, I wish I had it that way. Because like when you are at a young age and you have to face these problems and at night you have to, you know, sit with yourself to tell yourself the things you need to tell yourself to go to sleep and to stop crying and shit, bro. And when you get out of the shower and you look in the mirror and you just hate what you see, bro, like you really build that mental fortitude, bro. And so anybody out there who has any type of lore who they're scared to share or they think people will, you know, talk shit about them or whatever, like Jay, like I was upstairs watching Jay's shit, bro, that shit had me crying, bro, because like I really don't know that everybody has a life, bro, and everybody feels those real emotions. Like at the end of the day, my nigga, when you wake up and you feel however you feel, you know, everybody else feels those same emotions. We're all human. But like they started posting that shit and whatever, and I'm like at the mindset at the time, bro, I don't really give a fuck what they have to say. I understand that people are ignorant. I understand that the bigger picture, like I said when I talked about with Aval, so I'm fully zoomed out and locked in, so I disconnected from that group, started grinding, like I said, just watching boot camp videos every day, and then I made the no payout model. The no payout model, deadass has a payout though. I got my first payout in 2 months, and once I seen, you know, all of these hitting on me and shit, it, like I said, it really lit a fucking fire under me. Like, if you ever see people doubting you, bro, you have to think of it with the most primal mindset, my nigga. Like, really doubting you, bro, and if, like I said, like I've been through so much, like my mental fortitude is so strong, I know nothing can f me mentally. I just looked at y'all like, fuck y'all, and watch what I'm about to do. And that was 9 months ago, 8 months ago, or whatever. And so got the first payout. That payout got taken away by Top Step. And I remember looking at the email, bro, and I just started bawling my eyes out, bro. And I think that was the night that I low-key fell in love with this shit, bro. Because nothing you should be doing in life should be keeping you comfortable, and nothing you should be doing in life shouldn't be helping. What you should be doing in life should be helping you grow as a human being, bro. You should never be stagnant. You know, growth is the best thing in the world or whatever. But so I'm like, all right, bet. Top Step wants to take my payout away. You know, the world's not on my side. What am I gonna do? And then I think about what Tyler say. Tim says the same shit. Everybody else within the industry. You're gonna have those moments in your trading career where you want to give up and you want to quit, and those are the moments where you grow the most, and those are the moments that you need to get over to reach the 1% or 2% or whatever the fuck it is. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm about to start posting. At first it was like I would try to get a video out, 1-2 videos out, 1-3 videos out, and I'm like, all right, let me start posting 3 to 7 videos a day. And then, you know, I started doing that. And then Tim reached out, he saw one of my videos or some shit, and he got me my Alpha code, and I remember,
I forgot about that.
I got off the phone with Alpha, bro, and I was just hysterical, bro, and I was just like this shit's really possible, bro. And, damn, I didn't even mention this. So, like, my motivation behind everything, trading-wise, success-wise, like, within my life, is to give everything back to my mom. My mom, my grandpa, and my grandma. My mom is a single mom of 4. Like I said, I grew up without a father figure in the picture, and my grandpa definitely stepped up for that. Same as my grandma. They were always there for us and shit. And I'll never forget, bro. I'll never forget shit like that. And like another hard part of my childhood, bro, I actually forgot about this shit until I was talking to my friend about it that night. That I told you I was on shrooms. We talked about this, but my childhood home, we had rented it for like 12 years or whatever, bro. And like around my 8th grade, like spring or whatever, I heard my mom like freak out downstairs, and she said that she got a letter in the mail saying that they were gonna sell the house that we grew up in and shit, bro. And at this point in time, like my life has never like really changed. No one has passed away. Like we haven't had any major moves. Like I'd always tell myself, like, damn, I don't really have a lot of lore in my life. And then with that happening, I had to witness my mom at like her weakest points. And I realized how tenacity works, and I realized how a dog mindset works. My mom is probably the biggest dog I know. She's scrappy as fuck. She's a nurse. She works night shifts. She does what the fuck she needs to do, and she always gets the job done. And that's my main inspiration in life, you know. And that's why, you know, I posted every single day since I've started. I haven't thought about quitting since, you know, the beginning, because I know the bigger picture is right there. You should always keep the bigger picture in mind. And my grandpa and my grandma. My grandpa is probably one of the funniest niggas I know. Super supportive. My family's also super supportive. So Ooh, I get to talk about this too. Okay, so yeah, that's my reason behind everything trading wise and shit. And so I start trading, I start watching the boot camp and shit. I'm starting to fall in love with trading, and I break away from the realtor shit. And I tell myself, you know, this is what I'm gonna do with my life. Started waking up every morning, doing the daily affirmations. I had my goals written down that you said in the boot camp. Looked at that shit every day. Looked at your life, realized how possible it was, and started grinding. And then I just played basketball. Basketball season was coming up, and my coach never really gave me the opportunities that, you know, I'll say that I deserved. Whatever, it's high school. I don't really give a fuck anymore. But there was one morning where he had asked me, like, when you don't come to morning shooting, like, what are you doing and shit? And I told him, you know, I just recently found out what I want to do with my life. I've been working on this trading shit, da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, how about you tell me about that on the And I was like I said, like at this time, like I'm zoomed out, you know, like I see life for what it is. And like I'm thinking about like high school and shit. And I'm thinking about how small, like I live in Iowa, bro. And I'm playing basketball for fun. Like what the fuck am I really doing with my life, and surrounding myself around people who don't give a fuck about what I have to deal with within the next 3 to 5 years. How I'm gonna, you know, put my mom in a crib and success my idols in life before they pass or whatever and shit like that. And this shit's on my mind. And like a week later, bro, we had a summer league game, basketball, and like, bro, nobody gets ejected in summer league, bro. And that's how you know, like, bro, you know when something is real, when shit just makes no sense. I also don't believe in coincidences at all, but I get ejected from the summer league game. I called the ref like a bitch ass nigga or some shit, bro. And my coach didn't, this is on like a Saturday, my coach didn't say shit to me for like a week. He's like, bro, this nigga's weird, like this nigga's been weird and shit. But the day before the game or whatever, I was sitting in my car, we were finna get up, I was with some friends, we were finna get up with some wops, and I got a text like 11 o'clock. And he said, because you got ejected last week, you're gonna have to play in JV tomorrow, like da-da-da-da-da. And like, bro, I'm a fucking senior in high school. I read this message, I'm like, bro, I want these big goals for myself in my life. How am I gonna achieve these if I don't hold myself to a higher standard, bro? Like, if I already am thinking about disconnecting from this, why am I still putting myself through it? And also, like, bro, I'm not gonna go to fucking this D3 college, go in here and play basketball in front of a fucking bunch of nobodies when I know what the fuck I want to be doing with my life. So the next day I had asked my dad, because I still help my dad with his food truck and shit. I was like, and my dad's always like pushed basketball and sports and shit, but my dad is a hustler. So I've been telling him about the trading shit and whatever, and he was like, bro, that shit clearly is gonna do exactly what you think it is. Like I said, my family's super supportive. He basically told me to go with what the fuck I feel like I need to be doing. And I went home from work that day, sat down on the couch with my mom, and I started telling her like I wanted to stop playing basketball and focus on this trading shit. And she started tearing up and shit, and just because I'm the youngest out of my family, I got 3 siblings, and she was kind of realizing in the moment that her youngest child, her last child that she's, you know, raising and shit is becoming like a man and shit, bro. And she started tearing up, and the conversation ended in an argument or whatever, and she left the crib, and I went upstairs to play the game. And I just started listening to music, bro, and like the shroom mindset kicked back in, and I'm just thinking about like everything. Like I've never had a close family member pass away. My grandma Cynthia just passed away. Like life feels real, bro. And like I said, like my goals behind everything, like I want to get my family exactly what the fuck they need before it's too late. You feel me? You know, like you have your grandparents, people age every day goes by, bro. And bro, I just started bawling my eyes out, bro, about how bad I wanted this shit, bro. I just started bawling. Like I was playing the game, like I threw the controller, just sat down, bro, just looking at the ceiling, just bawling my eyes out, bro. I'm like, bro, I gotta call my mom. I call my mom, and I just promised the world to her. I promised everything. I promised her everything that I tell you, it's gonna happen. I said I'm gonna get her a crib. I'm gonna make sure she's financially free. I'm gonna make sure she's able to travel the world, and it applies the same for my grandparents too, because they literally gave me everything. And then in that moment, she realized that like I am being dead ass about what I'm talking about. And then she was like, okay, you do you, you know? My mom believes in me. I also think that she's also pretty supportive, like I said, because my siblings were able to pave the way and shit. But from that moment, bro, I just never looked back, bro. And just grinded every day. I don't really give a fuck about people think, you know, because I always look at the bigger picture. Success is in the near future, you feel me? And I want to thank you guys again for giving me W Pillars Foundation with, you know, what I be doing and shit.
Hell yeah, well I appreciate you sharing that with us. And hey man, I honestly feel like everybody that has came on here and talked and told their story, like they all have the exact same mindset that you need in order to win. I mean, there's a reason why they're here in the first place is because, you know, they were willing to do what 99% of everybody else wasn't willing to do to get here. You know, that just makes me confident that every single one of these guys, you know, what they're putting out on this stream, what their goals are, I know for a fact every single one of them is going to get it. So thanks for sharing that with us, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, boys.
Yeah. Can you grab Jake for us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we wanted to bring everybody on here so that they could get some like one-on-one time with the stream and chat, to be able to kind of tell like what their backstory is, what got them into trading. Obviously, I know that you have a pretty unique story, so it would be cool to hear some of that, but also it would be cool to hear what your life was like before all of that, and then kind of like how you were able to find success after that, and then what followed that, and then where you're at now, and you know, kind of give some advice to anybody that's trying to do the same or trying to make it.
So growing up, I had a really supportive family. All throughout high school, they paid for everything. Whenever I even went to college, I didn't want to go. I was kind of forced, but they still paid for it. I was grateful, obviously. Like, I wouldn't trade my parents for anything. They gave me everything I have now. But I went to college. I dropped out before, like in 2 months before the first semester even ended, and I wasn't even making any money at the time. I just knew like this shit wasn't for me. So I started doing wholesale and real estate at that time. I gave up for I did it for 3 months, and I gave up. After I gave up, like a week later, my partner I was doing it with, we closed a 10K deal. I didn't get any of that. So like, I always tell myself now, if I'm doing something for a long period of time, it dead ass could all change like that in one night. Like if I stayed doing it for a week, I'd probably still be doing wholesaling for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Like my life would have completely changed. So like that's my mindset behind everything. But yeah, after that 3 months, I gave up. I got super depressed, and I started drinking and smoking every single day for like 4 months straight. And then after that, I was just like, this, I got to change my life. Really enrolled back in college whenever this was in like May, and before college even started, by August, I unenrolled again, so I dropped out twice. And by that time, I was making 10K a month. I was reselling, and I was also doing e-com. And then from there, shit kind of just went to the ground. So then that was around like August 2024. And so in January 2025, that's when I started posting. My main account from January 2025 to January 2026, I grew it from 0 to 140,000 followers. I lost that account, got banned, but don't really care about that. But in January, I made $300 last year. The month of January, I made $300, and I ended up making $900K that year. Like, everything can happen so fast. Even when I lost the money, like, it happened so fast. Everything can change so fast. But yeah, I really got into trading because I was making money selling info, right? And I just didn't want to rely on people to buy my shit for the rest of my life to make money. Like, I don't want to post the rest of my life. I want to be like private in a couple years, just be chilling, bunch of money. So I was like, why not get into trading? I think I can really scale this shit. I started in February, and keep in mind, bro, in February, I had $18. I post a screenshot all the time. $18 in my bank account. I had 12K on a credit card, and I just opened up like 3 new ones. I went like 25K in debt at one point. Just blowing on evals, bro. First month I spent 5K on evals. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like just basically gambling like a retard. And I was 5 stacking everything. Like, if you're new to trading, do not 5 stack just one account. Right now I max 2 accounts I copy trade. But yeah, I started in February, just racking up a bunch of debt. In March, so a month after, I got an $8,000 payout. That saved me. I explained this so many times, like, it's just God. I don't know how I made it out the situation I was in. Like, there was times where I asked myself, I questioned myself, and I feel like I'm one of the most confident people I know. Like, out of everyone, like, I always believe in myself no matter what. And like, even then I was questioning myself if I could even make it out. I had like no money. I was barely surviving. I went negative like 3K in my bank account too. Like, and then that payout hit, and like, bro, deadass changed everything. From there, I still couldn't get a payout in April. Couldn't get one in June, or no, April and then May. Couldn't get one. Spent like another 5K, 6K on evals. And then June, like, everything started to click. Got my first payout first week of May, and then I think it was like 2.5K. And then I got more payouts. I had one daily payout account with Tradify. I was just running that shit up. I think I made like 8K on that one account in payouts. And I finished the month with like 10K in payouts in June. And my eval spend was only like 2 to 3. And then this month, I mean, I think I'm already over 10K this month. Yeah, definitely. Because since we've been here, I've already secured 5 payouts on the island. I secured 2 more last night, so 5 total. But bro, I'm just like really blessed. And if it weren't for my parents, like they wanted me to go to college, they wanted me to like go down the normal route, and I always told them like I'm just not gonna do it, and it sucks. Like I remember my sisters, I have 2 older sisters, they would just make fun of me, bro, like for trying to do some unregular shit, and I was like, that's fine with me. Like I never care what people think. I mean, like that's what you got to do. Like no matter where you're at, there's always gonna be people shitting on you. So that's just my mindset behind it. And y'all know too. Like you guys posting hella haters. Like that's why I get inspiration from both y'all, because like sometimes it doesn't get to me, but like I think of other people like y'all who are getting like 2 or 3 times as much hate. Like obviously y'all got a lot more people that like y'all, but like I know y'all see it. Yeah, like bro, it's hard. Like it's really a mental game. But like that's why I look up to y'all, because I know one day I'm trying to be where y'all are, and you know I just gotta handle that shit too. Like you can't give a fuck what anyone says other than yourself, bro. And you just gotta believe. Like I had belief, but it was like very slim. But I still thought I could make it out the situation, bro. Made it out, and like it was just all God, bro. God gave me the ability to do it, so I went out to do it. I told myself I was gonna do it. I had to make it true.
Inspired. Thanks for sharing that, bro. That was cool. Yeah, I mean, dude, if anything, if I've learned anything from everybody's stories, hey, bro, like everyone has some different shit that has happened to them. Everybody has had highs and lows, but at the end of the day, the only thing that, you know, is consistent through all of that is really 2 things. You know, people's belief in God and people's belief in themselves. And you know, it's I mean, like there's 10 different people, or 8 different people, or I guess 10 including myself and Tim, that are, you know, testaments of that. So, you know, like that's about as good of a sample size as you guys can get of people, you know, going through some difficult shit in their life and then being able to get back up no matter what the situation is, and saying, you know, I'm going to make something out of this, and I'm going to do something for myself, because what's the other option? The only other option is to quit. So yeah, bro, I appreciate you sharing your story.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it.
I love you, bro. That's it.
Love you too, dog.
Alright, cool. Thank you. Let's get everybody in here so we can get going with this last challenge for the day. And then, you know what really sucks is that someone has to go home, bro. Thank God it's not our decision now.
Yeah,
though.
now it's
Thank
like
goodness,
to us.
bro. Fuck, bro. If I had to send someone home after that, fuck me, bro. I would actually be so sick, bro.
First